Hey guys, it's Alice, so please excuse the background, it's really messy, I know, I'm sorry. But if you haven't seen me before, hi, my name's Alice, it would be great if you could like and subscribe. So today's video is very spur of the moment. I'm just going to talk about my fitness journey for a bit. You haven't really seen much of my fitness for the past couple of months on here. You've probably seen in a couple of vlogs, if you watch my videos regularly, me going to the gym in the mornings and possibly talking about it, but I haven't fully addressed it, and I just thought it's taken over my life quite a bit now, so I'd quite like to chat about it and inform you guys and, let you know what's happening. Okay, I'll start from the beginning. So, fuck's sake. I'll start way from the beginning. So I've always enjoyed sports, but I've never been good at them. And when I was 15, I used to do YouTube videos, exercises in my room, and that was the only exercise I kind of did to stay healthy and I wanted to look better, I guess. And so then when I moved house when I was 16, I went to the gym a bit. I went 3 times a week with my sister because Grace at that point wanted to get a lot of cardio done. That was her goal. And so I would kind of do some cardio for about 20 minutes and then maybe do some abs on the mats, and that was about it. Did that for a few months, stopped because it was really cold, it was winter. Continued a bit, maybe into February of 2016. By the time it was exams, May, June time, I was done. I stopped. Did nothing, did no gym. I would occasionally do some stuff in my room, ab workouts and stuff, but I didn't really care that much because I've always been quite a small person. So then first year of uni rolls around and I start doing Zumba classes, Zumba step to be precise, and they were every Wednesday and they were great, and it was kind of the only type of cardio I actually enjoyed, and I was like, oh, this could be a thing that I do. And then that's when I started following all of the Gymshark girls on Instagram, and I was looking at all the stuff they do and I was like, wow, they don't do cardio. I've never enjoyed cardio. They lift weights and they, train 5 times a week. And then I started hearing phrases like tracking macros or weekly splits and stuff like that, and I was baffled. I had no clue what any of those things meant. So end of November, I registered my gym membership here at uni. If you're in halls, you get an off-peak gym membership for free. So that's what I did. So I could go anytime before 4:30 in the evening. I think I started going 4 times a week. I really wanted to start training upper body because I had no upper body strength, and I was like, you know what? I'd really like to be able just to do one real push-up without my knees on the floor. That was my goal. That was literally my goal. That was my goal for my upper body, a big girl push-up. So I went 4 times a week, and then obviously I still did the Zumba step, which I loved at the time. Because I am so little, I was very weak compared to all the other girls I would see in there, and I stayed away from the weight section. I fully stayed away from the weight section. The way that my gym is set up at uni, we'll pretend it's a square, so this is the gym, right? And so you've got weights here, cardio machines around this side, and in the middle is mats with a couple of dumbbells, and around the middle, let's pretend around that little circle, is all machines and stuff. You've got cables on one side as well, and so I'd maybe venture over to the cables, not really. And the way that I figured out what workouts to do was I started watching Whitney Simmons. I think definitely I love her, you should really go watch her if you haven't. And at first I would start with dumbbell only upper body workouts, dumbbell only lower body workouts, because I didn't want to go to the weight section at all. I didn't even know how to use the cables at this point, and so I'd sit on the mats and I'd listen to them and I'd do those. And then when I started gaining a little bit more confidence, I basically went to the gym early in the morning. So I started by going at 9 and then I'd work my way back to going at 8, half 7, because at that point there wasn't anyone else in the gym. There would be 5 people max at the gym, most of them would be girls. And it was great. So if there was literally one other girl in there, if there was a machine that I didn't know how to use or I'd never tried out in person, when there was no one there, I would go and read the instructions, give it a go, test it out. And that was how I kind of familiarised myself with all of the different things around the gym. Before watching the Gymshark girls on YouTube videos, when I say Gymshark girls I mean athletes who are sponsored by Gymshark, so Whitney Simmons, Grace Fit UK, Becca Sills, Megan Grubb, Chrissy Seeler, all of those, love their videos. And so even just their fitness videos on Instagram, I would pay attention, and I didn't know that when people were saying, oh, rowing as an exercise, I didn't know what that was. That meant nothing to me. And then I discovered, you can row on the cable machine, and you can do bent over rows. So many things I didn't know and I didn't understand. So I started fully getting into the gym at the end of November, but then obviously I came home for Christmas, didn't have a gym at Christmas at like Bristol where I used to live, so didn't really bother about that. And then the 1st of January rolled around and Gymshark started this thing called Gymshark 66-day challenge. They were saying about how if you do something for 66 days it becomes like a habit and da 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 da. So I didn't really do that officially because that was like a prize, but I just kind of did it to motivate myself. So I then, on the 1st of January, created a like fitness Instagram, and it would literally just be things like me like taking a selfie in gym clothes, like, you know, I've worked out today. Even if I didn't have a gym at home, I'd have like 2 5k dumbbells and I would do what I could with them, trying to add more protein in my diet. Your macros in your diet are proteins, carbs and fats, and micros you get from things like vegetables and stuff like that. I started tracking my macros and was like, wow, I do not get enough protein in my life. Nowhere near enough protein in my life. And I never realised how important protein was until I was going to the gym, coming back, and the next day I'd be in pain. I would like, my muscles would really ache. And I realised that the more protein I ate, the less that happened, or like the more manageable it was, and like the faster I recovered, because protein obviously helps your muscles grow. And I'd seen all the things, you know, like gym lads like having protein shakes, and I was like, I do not want to do that. I was like, nope, get that away from me, I don't want it. I started tracking my macros and I was like, wow, like I wasn't eating any macros. Like the only protein I think I got was from my milk in my Weetabix in the morning, and like that wasn't that much, you know. So this was when I got serious. I then bought some protein powder from Woman's Best, was the first ones I got. I think I got the all-in-one whey in like salted caramel shake, which was delicious, by the way. I've run out of that now and I won't be buying it again because it was quite expensive for what it was. It was like half a kilo for like £18, and now I've swapped over to My Protein UK and I get a kilo for like £16. Take with that what you will. I get most of my protein from meat products, but there is definitely ways for vegans and vegetarians to get protein without touching meat or dairy products, anything like that. Obviously I'm not the best to give advice on that because that's not the route that I go, but Grace Fit UK is vegan, and there's so many other, if that's what you're interested in, there's so many other videos about how to get protein or have a high protein diet not using animal products. So I don't mean to offend anyone by talking about meat and stuff if that's not your thing. I would have Weetabix in the morning, I'd have toast for lunch, and I would have pasta for dinner basically, and I was having loads of carbs, which is great. Like, carbs aren't bad for you, don't get that in your head, carbs are not bad for you, but I was having no protein. And I was like shocked when like I realised, I was like, oh, like I'm really not helping my body. Like if I want to actually live like a healthy lifestyle, I'm not helping myself. So then I started buying more meat, and chicken sausages was like the discovery of my lifetime. Heck, paprika chicken sausages. Ideal, the best things ever. What else? Obviously vegetables that have a lot of protein is like beans and pulses, so on my jacket potatoes, instead of just having jacket potato and cheese, which is obviously my carbs and my fats, I would have baked beans with it, you know, and just add things in like that. So yeah, I began tracking my macros around like January time. Came back to Brighton and I think I was here for about 3 solid weeks before I went home again to Bristol, and I was at the gym 5 times a week, you know, loving life. I was doing, Monday would be legs, Tuesday upper body, Wednesday break, and then occasionally Zumba step if I wanted to. I kind of stopped it by then because my goal, obviously I'd love to have like great cardiovascular fitness, but my goal isn't to lose weight, and obviously cardio burns calories and gets your heart rate up, so that kind of wasn't my goal at that point. My goal was to get stronger, because I hated being weak. I hate being weak. It's just, it's this thing I have that I don't like. I don't like being in a situation that I couldn't get myself out of. And I started feeling that around November. So the reason I had started with all my fitness was because I didn't want to be weak. It wasn't for aesthetic reasons for me, which was quite a good way to go for me, and I'll get to this in a minute because that's led on to future things. But and then Thursday again would be lower body, and then I would do upper body on Friday, and then maybe do yoga on Saturday. January I was just, you know, fully getting into it, properly tracking my macros, holding myself accountable on my fitness Instagram thing, and like going for it, like full speed going for it. Went back to Bristol for a couple of weeks before February, didn't have a gym there, didn't go to the gym, came back, and then I went to MASS, which is a society at my uni. It's called the Muscle and Athletes Sports Society. I don't know. And basically I'd follow them on Instagram, they'd followed me. There was a couple of powerlifters at my uni that I like followed as well, and they kept saying like, you know, like come train with us, and I'd never been in the weight section, so I was like, no, like it's scary. The most I'd done was use the Smith machine, which is like a squat machine but like slidey, and you know, I didn't know how to change the height on the squat rack, and I didn't know what I was doing. But then I like grew some courage and went, and I met this girl called Liv who was amazing, and she showed me how to squat properly and how to deadlift, and then also how to bench. I benched with her because she had like a knee brace because she fucked up her knee. That was like great, and I was like in the weight section and it wasn't weird, you know, I was with other people who were doing it, and it was like I loved it. It was great. Carried on going to maths for a couple of weeks. I met, you know, everyone who went there. I would start going into the weight section by myself this time when I wasn't like with the people from maths, and all the stuff that I was doing with dumbbells on the mats, I would just go into the weight section and I wasn't scared anymore of it, and it was great. It was lovely, and I'm so grateful for everyone in maths to like pushing me to do that because that was lovely. And then before Easter, Liv came over to me one time after we'd like been in the gym together, and she was like, hey, don't want to push you into anything, but would you be interested in powerlifting? Because, you know, we were looking and there's a competition coming up in a few months, and in the regional section that we're in, there's never been anyone compete in your weight category, so you would win and you'd make the record. And I was like, I really don't know, like I don't feel like I'm strong enough to do that. Lydia, another guy who powerlifts, is over there like squatting 100, deadlifting 100, benching like 40, whatever. I think she can do 50 now, and I, you know, could squat 30. That was it. So I was like, I don't think I could do that. So I did some Googling, research over Easter, joined a gym in Bristol over Easter, and was on it. I started this program that one of the other powerlifters called Joey at my uni is writing, so I can't like go into detail about it because it's his, like I don't want to steal his thunder. And it was so kind of him to let me use it for free because he's testing it out to see if it can like work for other people or what he needs to tweak to it to make it better. I started powerlift training on, you know, the 2nd of April, and it's a thing I'm doing now. And so I'll explain what powerlifting is. So powerlifting and Olympic weightlifting are different things. Powerlifting involves 3 lifts, so squat, bench and deadlift, and it's basically how heavy you can lift on those. Like that's the competition. I haven't been to a competition yet. I've got one in a couple of weeks, which I'm really scared about, but like I've paid for it, I've entered, like I've committed. At competitions you get 3 attempts at each lift, so you lift 9 times overall in the competition. There's this thing called Wilks points which kind of works out the weight you're lifting compared to your body weight and like works that out. So obviously I could be deadlifting 60 and Matthew, not that he does powerlifting but I use him as an example because he won't get offended, could be deadlifting 80, right? And so even though I'd be lifting less weight, my Wilks points would be better because I would be lifting more than my body weight, whereas he would be lifting his body weight. So even if it is less in proportion to me, just me, it would be better. So that's kind of how that works. So yeah, I am 6 weeks deep into powerlifting training and it's intense. It's 5 days a week and I get very frustrated at myself. It's very tough in the way that I want to be improving and I'm not. So a couple of weeks ago we tested out my maxes, which is, you know, the maximum I can lift on each lift. What I got was 40 kilos on squat, 60 on deadlift and 27.5 on bench. I really wanted 30 but it just wasn't happening. And so obviously by the time this competition rolls around I really want to beat them. Obviously it is different to doing my own thing at the gym because I used to just go to the gym and do whatever I wanted to do, but obviously now I'm on a programme and I'm being told what to do, so I'm kind of a bit more accountable in that sense. I think for me the reason that I am going for it and I really want to do it is because my goal when I started going to the gym in November wasn't to look a certain way, it was to gain strength. That was kind of why I'm really excited about my powerlifting, because my goals were kind of aligned with it anyway. It wasn't a complete swap. It is difficult because, you know, now I have to eat a certain amount of food every day. I have to be in a calorie surplus, which means I'm eating more food than my body is using in calories per day, and it's tough. I'm a little person and I'm having to like double up my breakfast, you know, eat loads and loads of food, and I'm like tracking everything, I've got to scan everything, so eating out is like so difficult. Like I'm going out now in like 10 minutes for my flatmate's birthday and I know that it's going to mess up my macros, but I don't care because if I obsess over that too much it's just going to be bad for my like mental health. So that is one of the things I will say. Lucky for me, I'm not bulking but I'm not cutting down either for competition. I'm kind of right on the cusp of my weight category, So the weight category, just for everyone's information, that I'm going to compete in, for this competition at least, is the under 47 kilos weight category, and I currently weigh 47.1, so I'm pretty much like right on the edge. But no, so I have to eat a lot each day to attempt to put muscle on, and obviously right now I'm in a bit of like a down mood because it doesn't seem to be working. I can tell that I'm stronger in general, but just the personal bests don't seem to be happening. But I just thought I would update everyone on that because it's like something that I've, you know, told my friends, told my family, but no one really understands what it is. I was watching the Women's University Championships and they are amazing. There's this girl who is in the under 47s weight category who I think weighs like 44 kilos and deadlifted like 135. Like, that's insane. That's like 3 times body weight. That's absolutely incredible. I would love to do that, and I would also love to kind of prove to people that, like, even though I am small, even though I've always been small, you know, premature baby at birth, I can do things. I can do things that other people can do. I can lift weights. My aim is to lift on everything above body weight. So I can lift above body weight on deadlift, but so far on nothing else, and that is the aim, just to be able to do that and to feel stronger in myself. You know, when I started this, not even just powerlifting, but this whole kind of journey 6 months ago, I had no muscle. Now I have bicep muscles. Even though they're little, they're still there. There was nothing there before. I can do press-ups, I can do squats and deadlifts and like bench. I didn't know how to do these things, and it's something that I really love because also I'm only at uni 2 days a week, and so this like takes up time and it's something I'm doing for myself and for no one else. Yeah, so I just thought I'd update everyone on that. My battery's been flashing for about 10 minutes, so I'm kind of pushing it. One of the things I will definitely say is don't obsess over, oh, you know, I have to go 5 times a week and I have to eat this, otherwise I'm gonna like mess up my macros for today. Do it because you enjoy it, do it because you want to do it. Don't create any kind of unhealthy relationships with it, because obviously that won't be enjoyable for anyone. And you know, you can make friends at the gym. I've now got new friends and it's great. And yeah, no, Lydia and Liv are amazing, and there's 2 other girls who have started powerlifting as well with me, called Charlie and Jay, who are lovely. And Joey, thank you for writing the programme. I appreciate it, obviously, because he didn't know me before he let me use it. That is it for today. That was a bit of a rant, just kind of getting it off my chest. Yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy, what have we said we're having? I think we're having like a barbecue chicken stack at the Harvester. So that's me for today's video. Bye. Oh, that was the most disgusting kiss because I didn't want to put my hand on my lipstick. We'll try that again. I'm gonna love you and leave you. I hope you'll have an amazing day, and I will see you hopefully next Monday with another video. Bye.